What's good, y'all? And in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming 7th anniversary character. It has just been revealed to be Meliodas, so actually it's a form of assault mode Meliodas. To be specific, it's the Nemesis Meliodas. That's the Meliodas which we can see in the final fight of the 7 Deadly Sins, doing the combined attack with all the 7 Deadly Sins. And yeah, so he's just probably gonna be demon and sins buffer. Now the thing is, I personally think he will be mainly supporting sins, because if we just filter by characteristic, you can see currently relevant sins characters are, I mean, Ascanova's Holy Relic is still pretty good, so you could run him alongside this Meliodas. Then of course we have where is he at? Let me quickly find him. Gojo Ban, he should be down here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Of course, pretty strong, you know. Basic stats, damage taken, reduction, extort stats, and gives them to Sin allies and human allies. Yeah, final damage decrease for the first 2 turns as well. Also decreases enemies max HP, so yeah, he's pretty crazy as a support, so he would definitely be runnable with Sins, and that would probably be his best team in my opinion. Other teams that we may see are demons, but if we sort demons, then you can see it's kind of like, it has been a few months, almost a year, since we've gotten new demon characters. So yeah, La Cusack is a good demon support. He gives 80% crit damage to himself. Then he gives the additional damage based on their increased max HP, which is huge against the current fairy meta. So I could see him working with La Cusack pretty well, because then he's definitely just gonna obliterate that team. Now he also gives basic stats, decreases the damage dealt of demon allies, increases their damage when attacking a debuffed enemy, so pretty great support overall. Now another support that demons do have is Halloween Astarossa, as well as a Demiurge, and of course the big Gelda as well, but of course the big Demon King. Now the thing about Demon King is that, I mean, he doesn't need his talent, but a single target is pretty weak without his talent, so yeah, his talent isn't anything crazy, so I'd say probably you're gonna be fine not having Demon King. But the shield is definitely going to be nice, and he also gives some damage reduction and all stats. Yeah, I think they'll be able to be run together, but I don't think they'll work like great together. But yeah, definitely an option. Now, the thing is, as you can see, like, demons aren't as versatile. They have some good units, but they're really limited, and the main factor for that being Tristan, because Tristan is really reliant on his talent, because he gets his big damage buff turn 1 with his talent, and or like a big buff turn 1 and the following buff turn 2 automatically if you have the talent active turn 1. So yeah, if you don't have his talent, his whole kit just kind of doesn't work, and that's unfortunate. So if it's not that somehow Meliodas doesn't have a talent, they're not going to be working well together. I do think Meliodas is going to have a talent, because if we take a look at King and Diane, your King and Diane. They obviously were last year's anniversary unit, and they also had a talent, so it seems likely to me that Meliodas is also going to have a talent, because if he doesn't, that would just be kind of lame. I think they could make full counter as a talent or something similar. So yeah, I think they're not going to work well together. But yeah, you could also maybe run them with Melly. But yeah, we'll see, I guess. Now, another thing to mention is that probably he's gonna be pretty much limited to those two teams, because he won't pretty much work with any of the other races and the other characteristics. So yeah, you could maybe even use him together with Light King. If we look at the fairies and look at Light King, he could probably work quite well with him, because he has his own damage cap and can apply the failing grade to enemies, which is pretty nice. Yeah, he's obviously not going to be like dealing a lot of damage, but that would still be fine. Now, he will only be relevant if Melly doesn't have any stance cancel mechanic, and I'm pretty damn sure he's going to be having some kind of stance cancel mechanic, because the way they've designed the past festivals, the past sin festivals, or not even just sins, but multiple characters, is that they kind of combine the former versions of the character into the new character. Yeah, for example, Elizabeth and Meliodas, 1.5 years ago as the festival, their talent is literally just Goddessless Shield, and he just, or like their whole passive is just kind of a combination of Goddessless and also what's he called, like you could say Demon King, or even more like Purgatory Meliodas, because if their talent goes away, they get like one big buff, just like the 50% attack buff, but for them it's kind of different, similar to the other ones, similar to Perk Melee and yeah, DK Melee. So I do believe that he will play kind of similar. Now, I will make a separate concept at the in like the next few days. So I'll be making a concept on the new Nemesis Melee, and I mean, I'm just gonna like tell y'all how I think he'll play. Again, I think he's gonna be some kind of combination of maybe the old Assault Mode Meliodas combined with DK Melee. Here. So DK Melee had some kind of stance break, and he also had debuff cleansing. I think DK Melee will have, or like Nemesis Melee will have both of them, because they will both be really beneficial in the current meta, because debuffs are running rampant with Ella Elaine, and stance, of course, Ella King stance. So yeah, I think he's definitely gonna have a lot of utility while having great damage, just kind of like Demon King Melee had on release. But yeah, and that's also kind of the reason they just gave DK Melee a PvE relic, because they were afraid to make him good if they release a new Nemesis Melee, which is kind of similar. So yeah, but I guess that's it for the video. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, it would help me out a lot. Also comment down below if you have any team recommendations for PvP or anything else you want me to showcase. And yeah, that's it. See you out in the next video. Until then.